5 p.m. African time. Teaching about those things that we cannot buy, but make life worth living, the emotions. Kakati mujje kutana mmwe bagambe nti omusomesa atandise. Teaching you all those things that they never taught you in school. Things which are very important that define life in the abstract. Naye nga temwabiwa biseera. That's what we teach every Friday at 5 p.m. in African time. Mariam Naguja, the Ladies Guide, is a project that empowers women, men world over in matters pertaining life affairs. Basically, emotional, mental. Because anything that affects your mental wellness affects emotional wellness. Then, this channel, or if you're watching on Facebook Live, if you're watching any social media platform, the intention is to elevate you in matters of life pertaining emotional affairs. I want to remind you that a human being, you as an individual, you're made up of 5 dimensions. Physical dimension, your physical. Mental dimension, your mental wellness. Emotional dimension, the feeling. The financial dimension, how you earn, how you spend, and how the money comes in and goes out. The social dimension, how you relate with your fellow human beings, how you relate with your environment, social. That's also a dimension. And lastly, the spiritual dimension, which is the foundation of the human life. It is at the peak of the dimension because all these other 4 relate with the the spiritual dimension. Without the spiritual dimension, all these other 4 will not make sense. So, also pay attention to your spiritual dimension is very important to your physical, financial, social, as well as your mental and emotional wellness. So, the Ladies Guide as a channel, we cater for your mental and emotional wellness, social dimension. That is where we deal. They are experts in the physical dimension, they're experts in financial dimension, experts in the spiritual dimension, they're experts in the financial dimension, but that's not our calling. So then, we focus mostly on elevating you in those 2 dimensions of life. We mostly buy slowly. I will tell you when spiritual level, because the spiritual is more deeper. You can't go in the spiritual without understanding the social and the emotional dimension of your life. Mariam Naguja, Ladies Guide, the emotionalness guide, omusawo akutiisa omutima omutwe notegeera ebigambo byenkozesa bigenda ku mwoyo gwo. This is forever. Things come and go, but everything I tell you on this channel will pass the test of time. Whether you've been 2030, 2070, these are the same things. Because when it comes to emotional affairs and love life, they're always the same things. These are the same things that people have been talking about from time immemorial. Every generation has its own messenger. Every generation has its own messenger. However, everybody gives the same message, attaining that time they're in. So we begin with a few promotions. Proof by research. Omusawo ategeera ebyenneewuulira kati ono ali mu byenneewuulira spiritual, physical, abigatta wamu, emotional, basing on your physical affairs. Proof by research has quality healthcare products, which when you use them, you elevate your emotional self, your spiritual self, and your mental. All those things are interrelated, like I've told you. So then, Proof by research believes that a healthy body is a healthy mind, is a healthy soul, and so is somebody healthy to give love and receive love. If somebody is not, physically healthy, they are very difficult to love, very difficult to give away love. So we believe that for your emotional wellness to move together with the physical wellness, is the foundation emotional life. I've been introducing you a number of products. Every week I introduce you two different products that Proof by manufactures emotional wellness. We've looked at thieves oil, we've looked at lavender oil, we've looked at rosemary oil, we've looked at cinnamon oil, we've looked at activated charcoal, we've looked at vitamin C, all those are explained in the previous sessions. Today, I'll introduce you something called peppermint oil. Each of these products I use, nothing I introduce I don't use. I first test, then I teach what I know. Peppermint oil is one of the products I use for my emotional wellness, especially when it comes to brain boosting, relaxation, dealing with anxiety. Anxiety is a state where you think so much. People who read so much, people who teach so much, people who are in our nature of industry, mind always occupied. If you don't learn to treat the mind, not to think so much, it can drive you astray. So the peppermint oil has the following health benefits. One, it's a headache reliever. If you're feeling any headache, just sneeze on peppermint. It goes into the brain and then automatically it does the magic. What I do, I usually use a handkerchief. Most of the time when I'm sniffing, I'm stabilizing the brain. Headaches, flu and cough remedy. It's a muscle ache remedy if you have any muscle pains. Blackhead ringworm remedy, energy and focus. If you need to focus, need some bit of, especially in the morning. When you wake up, you feel low, you don't have energy, then you get negative energy, just sniff on peppermint. That's the magic. It's a mouth freshener, and most importantly, anti-anxiety and depression. If you're feeling depressed, depression is very wide. We shall cover it as its own topic. But depression is that state where you feel you don't have enthusiasm, you've lost the drive to move on, you've lost the excitement of life. That's when you need this. Just sniff. When it goes into your nose, or when you take it through water, it does the magic. You can never know what happens when you take peppermint until when you take it. So peppermint is a very wonderful product. It's an oil that every lady needs in the bag. I always carry them around because you need more of emotional wellness. A woman's energy can be felt. Energy is always like your aura. People can feel you a distance away. They can tell whether you're negative or positive. Okay? So work on your energy levels by using things like peppermint oil. The next one is sweet orange oil. This is also very wonderful. Sweet orange, just like you can feel it, sweet orange. These are oils that are made out of natural products, and they are processed, value-added oils to make it easier for you to use. So sweet orange oil is an immune booster if you need some immune body. Brain booster, the brain has to function well. Mood booster when you feel very low. Drop it in the water tank. Ta-da! It does the magic. Libido enhancer. You don't have sexual libido? You don't like S3X? Please drop it in that water. Take it enhances your libido. It cures acne and pimples for those who have terrible skins and with pimples. It's a pain remedy and it treats bacterial infection. All that magic is done by just this simple product, sweet orange oil. The wonder in this product is that you get 10% every time you visit their offices. Mention Ladies Guide Mariam Lambuja, they'll give you a discount of 10%. They're not very expensive. No product I talk about is doing for the 1,000. Most of them are 30, 35, 25. 30, 25, 35, 15 of the products. You just get the 10% of that and then you get a product. Where is Proof Research located? It's at Equatorial Mall, just on the road. That's Bomba Road, I think. You can even see Proof by Research, the signpost. Please move in, ask for any product you feel that you want to use, especially on the energy level. Me, that's what I use. I need it for my energy and for my focus, my brain boosting, and my attentiveness in my nature. Proof Research once again believes that a healthy body is a healthy mind. Previously, we had a quick look at how to make your relationship last in 2023. For those who missed the show, we had amazing session the tips on those things, those simple things you need to know on how to make your relationship last. When you talk about relationship, you don't only need romantic relationships. We need those relationships you always, enter yourself in, friendship, family, etc. But in this matter of interaction, we always elevate romantic relationship, marriage, courtship, dating, etc. So then, we talked about the signs you can tell that the relationship is about to fail. If you miss, please go and look out for those signs. We also covered the 5 simple ways among them. Focus on the goal. 2, trust. Learn to trust your partner. 3, write love notes to your partner. Don't just forget. It's very difficult for someone to remember that you love them, But when you do these little things, they can always, get that hatch in the mind that someone loves them. Have a me time together, get physically connect. Kindly visit Mariam Nabuja, the ladies on the channel. Type the video, Mariam Nabuja, how to make relationships fast, the video up. Please watch through and then you will relate how to make a relationship work out in the next coming many years, not only 2023, forever. Okay? And if you find the video very useful, very resourceful, don't forget to share it with your friends and loved ones, because sharing is caring, as well as subscribe to the channel to get more of this useful content in the future. Mariam Nabuja, I'm the ladies guy, your emotional wellness guy, best at what I do, professional, trained, passionate, everything, enthusiastic at relationship, pertaining, love. So, that will say, let's dive into the session today. We talk about emotional needs, understanding emotional needs in relationships. Understanding these needs will help you so much not to give people what they don't want. Most of the time, relationships fail. We fail by not giving people what they want. We give them what we think we want. Some may not be happy, you're giving them food. Somebody may be already happy and you're giving them more happiness. It's what they need. Need assessment in relationships is very important. Not only in marketing a product, because even when it comes to selling, when you're marketing a product and you don't look at the needs of the customer as their needs, they may not buy it. Understanding needs is important in human affairs, because when you understand somebody's need, they get your attention. Which means even in marketing, they do what they call need assessment. When I was writing the ladies' guide, when I was getting the idea of writing books, I thought through, what does the society need? What is the need of the society? I don't just write. Yes, I was with some colleagues in some, we have a club of writers. And I was telling, they were interviewing me about how did I become a writer, and I told them, what? Until you discover a problem, don't start writing. Which means people will not need you. Don't write about your passion. Write about what people need. Franchises may not be passion. If you want to sell. So back to love. Most of the time when you fall in love with people, when you marry them, when you date, don't give them what you want. You give them what you want, and they don't embrace it. That's why you hear statements like, mukoledde buli kimu agaanye kunjagala, omukazi oyo mukoledde ebintu bingi omukoledde byatakusiima, omwami oyo nga mujagidde si kyeyetaaga. Need assessment is the beginning of entering the human soul. Need assessment is the beginning of entering somebody's mind. Need assessment is the beginning of understanding somebody's heart, and you get it inside it. So many marriages, many relationships, many friendships, many businesses fail because of lack of need assessment. They do something without understanding need. They don't look at need, they look at what they want. So if someone is communicating their needs, listen to them. Give them their need, they'll give you what they want. It is like the law of human nature. So then, are you emotionally hungry? Are you emotionally hungry? Many relationships are emotionally hungry. People are getting others cars, your things, but that's not what people need. Some people need something as little as food, attention, affection, and then you're giving them too much. You're buying them expensive stuff, and they're not even welcoming them. So need assessment. Emotional needs in relationships is what we're looking at. We are going to pay attention on emotional hunger. What brings about emotional hunger? What are people feeling emotionally hungry nowadays? Because most of the clients I meet, the problem is emotional hunger. People are giving others many things and someone doesn't even want them. They want your attention, you don't even have it. And then you're giving them products to represent you. So, what is an emotional need? We begin from there. It's like physical needs. A body needs food, a body needs light, a body needs oxygen, a body needs water, a body needs shelter. Those are physical needs that can make you alive. Alive to function. But they may not fulfill the inner self. The things that fulfill the inner self, where you feel, yes, life is worth living, and you feel happy, are emotional needs. So we have emotional happiness as a book. That's why it's an emotional channel. Because we are giving you that need, we're fulfilling that need of emotions in the human race. So let's understand what's an emotional need. What is that emotional need? What do people call emotional needs? Understanding the needs is going to shorten the journey of loving others. You will not find it hard to love another person, and that person will not find it hard to love you because you've given them what they need, not what they want. Stop giving people wants, give them needs. If I need something and I really want it, I want to be that. That's how life moves. So is marketing, so is sales, so is love. Why don't people love others? Because they are giving them what they don't need. Why do you give things that they don't even have you back because they don't know what to give them? Needs. A need is something very important, especially when it gets emotional. So, what is an emotional need? That is, those are the mental and psychological things that help us live in life, that makes life worth living. When we receive them through that excitement, we can't touch them. We can't touch them with our hands. We might even see them, but we can feel them. The feelings are very powerful because when you get that inside, you get the satisfaction. You may not explain the satisfaction and its intensity, but you, the person experiencing it, you feel happy, elevated, excited, motivated, inspired. All that is part of emotions. So, emotional needs is a state or condition that must be fulfilled in any relationship for someone to experience what they call happiness. Omuntu ogamba nti obufumbo bunyumidde ndi musanyufu kino kyekisooka okuba satisfied, not material. Material can give you that momentary excitement, happiness, but it may not be sustainable for a long time. You buy me a present now worth millions of money and I get happy for 2 weeks, it may not be sustainable for the next 3 years. Yet, if you give me emotional wellness, it can be satisfactory for maybe 1 to 3 years as I get that happiness. So that's what they call an emotional need. As simple as that. So when you talk about emotional hunger, it's when you're not giving somebody these things which fulfill their inside soul, and you give them material things which they need. Someone gets hungry. Just like when you feel hungry when you don't have a meal, when you want to eat something, you get that hunger, you get loss of focus, you get confused, lack of clarity. You know how hunger does it. So it's somebody who is emotionally hungry. Omuntu abeera emotionally hungry abanga enjala but this time in feelings babeera depressed. Be bantu b'osanga nga tujja mu mpenzi n'agamba same. Someone in a place n'agamba I don't have happiness. Somebody eating a very fine meal, having it all, happiness. Somebody take n'agamba essanyu limbuze. They are emotionally hungry. With all this material, People buy all the materials to try to look for happiness, but it's not there. And to make the matters worse, after understanding that there's this need, mental excitement. For 2 weeks, 1 week, they go back to the same feeling, emotional hunger. So why is meeting these emotional needs very important to your loved one? That if you don't do it, what will happen? To saving a sentence to another man. Umuntu okumuwa ebintu ebingi n'omuwa byateetaaga n'asaba agamba esisanyuse. It is very hurting statement. So then, it's like happiness, peace, fear, anger, those emotions, all of them can happen to somebody at the same time in life. Statement because when you understand where we're going, it will help you to make definition of all these words. Emotional hunger, bad day, emotional disaster, emotional training. But today, what danger emotions? No more way to no more merit. So, lack of these emotions can lead someone to frustration. It can lead someone into depression. It can lead someone into that intensity of thought that life is not worth it. No way those statements are all out of the mouth of someone who has emotional hunger. They may not know what to explain, and they may not know exactly how to put it out, but that's what they're going to be. That's what I want from. It's very small. Please know it. When you meet someone for the very first time, or when you're relating with someone, the most important thing is to ask them what they want. Or put that clear. Never leave things to chance. You can talk to them. You must know. Lack of knowledge of what people want has led a lot of breakups because people are giving too much and they're also hungry giving too much. Then the person receiving it is also hungry because they're not getting what they want because they never asked. So understand all that. As humans, we all have these needs. Emotional needs vary from person to person. What you need is not what I need. What that person needs is not what I want. Each of us has different emotional needs that are yearning to be fulfilled. I may want something else, you may want something else, and they will be right. That's why understanding a person's need is the beginning of the happy relating. Need assessment. Please assess needs. Never leave anything to chance. Those who don't want to question and want ambiguity, they may last long in that thing. But if you don't want to last long in an ambiguous relationship, ask what someone needs. Let's take a quick dive into these 5 emotional needs. They're supposed to be 10, but then in the interest of time, I can't give you all. I'll just give you the 5 most important because all the other ones can rotate around this. This is the pivot of these other needs. So these 5 emotional needs, when you learn them, and then you give them, and then you know when someone wants them, they will cling around you. In fact, they will bond more with you. At the end of the year, we are trying to mend up broken hearts. We are trying to mend up broken relationships. We are trying to bring people to this understanding that you don't need to throw away a good relationship. You can work around it. So, learning emotional needs is something that we overlook. It's not exciting, but it's very important to know and to practice. Number 1, emotional needs. Think through. It also varies. What you call security may not be security for me. What I'm looking at in security is not what you're looking at in security. So emotional security is also very important in the growth of relationship or in maintaining this bond in a relationship. So in any healthy relationship, there must be emotional security. Someone must be secure. Haven't you been in a relationship where you feel you're not present? In fact, it's like as if you're sleeping outside. There's no security. You're not even sure what's going to happen next. Security may be physical. Am I physically safe with you? Is my information safe with you? We are in a relationship. Am I safe with you? Can I back on you? Can I depend on you? That is security. So if you're in a relationship and in a marriage someone who you feel secure with, as if you're sleeping outside, it's like you're in a place where there's no security. You're always worried. You're always worried, and that's the energy. So physically, are they safe with you? Emotionally, do you feel safe? Are you free to share your information? Or you're hiding around and you're hiding things, You hide information. I mean, you had a friend where someone has we've had those friends where someone, even if you tell them anything, they'll gossip. So you're with a friend who you don't even trust. Can you stay in that friendship where you can't even disclose any information because you know they're going to listen to you? They talk a lot, they have many friends, and they're all over the place. That information is not even there. So it's a relationship. When someone marries another, when someone loves another, we first see security in you. I feel secure to be my information. But if I'm not secure with you, how can I live with you? So security is number one need in any relationship. You respect their boundaries. Is there openness of communication? Can you communicate without getting worried with what you're giving out? That is security. So it is relative and it depends on each one of us. Everybody, what they call security is dependent on what they need out of the relationship. Are we committed? If there's no commitment, some may be insecure. When they see you with other women, when they see you with other men, you have a lot of friends, male friends. You're always with one male friend. What it? If I'm with you, am I secure? People, friends will have in place to have security. Please calculate security in relationships. That is a very important thing. When someone is quarreling, asking you questions, there's lack of security. I become insecure. So if I'm insecure in a relationship, it means it goes bad. I get out of that kind of arena and then it becomes negative energy in a relationship. So security is number one need to see relationships stand, grow, nurture, go through all these phases. If there is lack of security, then relationship can really go bad. Number two, being number one priority. Remember, we said these emotional needs are untouchable. You can't feel them, you can't touch them. But then the person who is going through it can feel something which they may not be able to explain. Yes, thank you, Rosalie. Security is number one. So now we have about priority. Have you ever been in a relationship where you're given a third priority? Someone says your husband and wife, but it's as if you're brother and sister. Someone says your boyfriend, girlfriend, but you're always the second option. Their friend is number one. Someone says you're in a love relationship, a family, their brother and sister is number one. For you, you're the person. People know about anything. You're not being taken a priority. Lack of prioritization of partners can break marriages, can break relationships. Where someone says, I am your wife, I'm your boyfriend, I'm your husband, but why am I the second priority? They think they're supposed to be number one. Remember, all of us have important relationships in our life. We have brothers, we have sisters, we have mothers, we have, relatives, we have best friends, we have acquaintances, we have workmates, but we have partners. So if you take a partner, the one you share bed with, you share children, you share the future, you share life as a second priority. And then the other people who are outside are number one. there's something going on in somebody's mind. Then this person will always quarrel with you. The one who thinks that a second priority, they may not tell you that you're taking me as a second priority or no priority at all, but it will leave as a gap and hunger in them that they're not serious. This goes to the women who are married mostly. If you know you're a married woman, really, if you know a married man, who is supposed to be your best friend? The person you chose. Who are you building a life with? The person you chose. So why do people go out to build lives with others? You build a life with a friend who is going to marry tomorrow, a friend who is going to get married, and then you leave this person you're going to spend the rest of your life with. This actually has many homes. They take these people they live for granted and they build life with outsiders. Third party, they are the priority. Then this person you're sharing life with, the one who is going to define you for the next many years, the priority. That is an emotional hunger. Someone feels hungry for that. They may not explain it, but it is usually very not, it's disrespectful to make it clear. Especially somebody is a single lady. I was talking about it with my colleague. She was asking me, I told her, you know what? The only person you have to build a future with is you're going to marry. If someone is not going to marry, why do you invest your thoughts, your emotions, your money, your plans in something which is going to be married to another person? You're going to be used. It is automatic. If someone is building you and then someone comes to marry it, who has been used? So there is a lot of usage now in friendships, so-called friendships. Someone says they are friends, and then someone is making you do a love friendship. Okay. It's utilitarian. They're not going to marry you. You are friends. You give them a lot of information. You're building their future for another person to marry. And then they say they're being used at the end of that many years. The other person you should be your time. That man building to be at the same rate should be the person you're going to marry, not a play friend. Friends change. By the way, that's sad news that every 6 months, it is researched that every 6 months inequality should come. It is natural, automatic. Every 6 months, friends rotate. Every 6 months. Which means if you stay with someone beyond 6 months, they even you, now using you. They must rotate. You must find a new friend every 6 months. You must drop them every 6 months. It changes the cycle. So if you're building people and you're changing them like that, how long will it take you to reach where you're going? So priority. Learn to prioritize the people you're married to. Learn to prioritize people you're going to build a future with. Learn to prioritize people who you are building a life with. Life being the point. Stop giving a lot of time to people you're not going to marry or to get married to. They're wasting your time. So priority should be given to this one first. Then the other people come second. Otherwise, that's the cause. At the end of the day, the people are going to define your other self. So giving too much to others and forgetting your loved one. Investing a lot of ideas in others, forgetting your loved one. Investing in businesses with others, then the person you married is at home doing nothing. You're investing money in friendships. Who are going to change after 6 months? And they run away with you. Friendship, you people be careful. Especially with this opposite sex. Even sex, they change. So learn where to invest yourself, your emotion, your ideas, and where the priority. When you say I do and then you will marry that person, invest in that person. Be at the same level of thought. Invest in their involvement. Speak the same language. Have the same faith. Have the same beliefs. They are the people to get that, because they're the people you stay with and you're going to be long. Otherwise, people are living unhappy marriages. They are building others and they're living with others. The mindset of this one is different. You're building another person outside. And then you come back to this same mess. And that's how the cycle goes. So number 2, make loved one a priority. prioritization of relationship is a very important. Connectedness, feeling connected, the same language. Yeah? Someone feels you feel them. Connectedness is a very important need that when you're with someone you don't feel connected, you feel empty. Eh? Everyone is looking for that connection. Are we connected? Eh? If the connection dies, then it's not a relationship either. So when you become one, it's okay to be together, but always remember one thing. There are a lot of things which define you differently. You are not, you are individual in a relationship. Nachibagamba in our previous video. Every person married, everybody in a relationship, you're individuals because you're unique. Each one of us is unique in a relationship. And it's okay not to do things together. Some things, you must have your set of friends, you must have your set, they may never match and they may never be the same. However, you must find that connection. What connects you to people together? What are those activities you share together? And they must be exciting. They must be exciting, they must be fun. Watching movies together, going to holidays together, You must know somebody's interests much as you're not a reader. They must converse with you and then you pick some. Even if you don't watch football, at least there's World Cup going on, but you must understand, much as you two people are different, someone must understand another person. That is how you connect. If I don't get you, if I don't understand you, how can I connect with you? Most of the people come to us and they are not even connected. I'm not connected with you. I don't know you. I can't feel you. How can I fall in love with you? I need to know you first, deeper. I need to internalize you emotionally inside. This I always tell my clients. When someone comes in the heart, I tell you what, I need some more time with you. A car has to emotionally, I don't know you. We meet many people. I need to know who you are. Where do you come from? What you do? This reminds someone who met me somewhere and I don't know them. I think it was a stranger. And then they tried to talk to me. Then the question I asked was, what do you do? And they say, why ask me that such a question? And I was like, okay, what other question can I ask? What's the question? Where do you live? I'm going to look for a connection. What do you do? If you're doing something weird, I may know someone there. We know about it. In my interest. To start a conversation. But I cannot connect with someone emotionally without understanding who you are. So it's the same with relationships. Connectedness is very important. Shared activities, go comedies together, find somebody's interest. But another person comes. We are in your mind. So if you're like, next is emotional, look for it with when someone comes to you, hello, ask them what do you do. Next is we are looking for connection. How can I connect with you when I don't know who you are? As simple as that. Even friendships. We're looking for those people where we connect. Okay? So that's a very important emotion. Number 4, affection. Affection. Nabagade, zino emotional needs. Zigenda kubanga people eyazinda zisitabagambe. Sizikole mu Luganda because I don't know that language also went into English. Omanyike to love eningi yatandikira mu Bazungu. When you talk about love, Abazungu bategere love atosinga abawa. Abantu tumanyi kuzaala nditusi. Ndimuji basomesa musomesa. Abantu okwagala kwaba kulawa. Okwagala tekuliwa. Gezezaako emirimu gyaffe naye okwagala kutono nnyo. Sizaffe zino. Okay? Love is very difficult to give away. So most of the time we are just learning, teaching people, because maybe it's a deficit we need to fill up. So let's talk about affection as number 4. The 4th emotional need where people get is affection. It's also related to the other connectedness. Affection helps a couple to bond, to increase closeness. If affection and by you, I can't connect, I can't relate, I can't bond easily. And how do you show this affection? Many ways. It can be physical intimacy, it can be, sweet loving words, it can be sexual intimacy, but I need to connect. So you want to connect because there's lack of affection. Haven't you ever met someone who is feelingless? Ngataina feelings over. Ngataina affection. Ngani bigambe bibantu ebisesa, but serious nnyo. They're so boring. That's the nature of the affection to one. There are no sweet words, there is no intimacy, there is no physical, nothing. So at the end of the day, connectedness and affection move together. If someone is not affectionate, they don't those which make you feel affected with their love, you forget them. And the relationship goes emotionally hungry. So lack of affection can affect your emotional relation with another person. Number 5, space. Emotional space. Emotional connection is very important for all of us, but there's what they call emotional space in a relationship. Most of the time when people fall in love with others, we lose identity. Many people have lost identity in love. Many people have lost their identity. Which means you can end up being someone else when you're not there. It is not possible to never be two people who are in a relationship to grow at the same rate. Never. Much as we are married, much as we are in a relationship, all of us, each one of us individually, grows at a different rate. Not even when you're born with a twin. Not even twins have the same growth rate. It means don't even take it. Two people in a relationship can never grow at the same rate. Which means as you're going up, another person may be stagnant. As they're going up, may be down. It is like that. So then, each one of us needs part. You need to reflect yourself. When you need to sit alone, when you need to define you, and then you're in a relationship. You know how confusing it is. You need that space to meditate on self. Where men most of the time sit what they call a napping room. A man just sits like this and just nothing, and then you ask, what are you doing? And you can't even answer. They're not thinking, they're not doing, but they're in the napping room. They just need to refresh. So don't interrupt your partner when they're in that space. You've already confused them enough. Love can bring confusion. Someone can make you go in another world where you were not before. And then you don't know even how you started. Many of you are in countries where you're not supposed to be. Many of you are in places where you're supposed to be. Many of you are in jobs where but love took you there. So someone has to sit and say, Rosa Kurambono, natuka ntya wano. Ngati ofuse sije wali. Love can change the world. Love can change the world. Okay. So most of the time we need this emotional space where you sit alone, reflect on self, reflect on life, think through, we need that space. Each one of us. A lot of noise. There's a lot of noise. There's a colleague who was telling me, I want to change my numbers and I want to switch off WhatsApp. Name was why? Because there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of noise in this world. You just need to switch off sometime and then to get back to self. Because there's a lot of confusion, competition. Others are even lost in others. They don't know even who they are because they're in competition. They have lost their calling. As you're chasing Mariam's calling is different. And then as you're chasing me, you knock. You don't know how I started. You don't know the story behind the story and the gimmicks behind all this. So many people are lost. You need space. You sit back and redefine yourself, even when you're in a relationship. You need that space where you feel fresh emotionally. It may be a private room. It may be a private, it may be a time you design and you're like, at least I want to be alone, strict alone, to find yourself. There's a lot of noise, even in marriage, even in love. And then love becomes a job. A job. Okay, you can too late. So then sit down, refresh yourself, Find that emotional space where you want to ask yourself questions and get yourself answers. We are in the end of the year and we are moving to the next level of the year. Most of us, we are already in 2023. The plan laid down. Which means if you don't sit down and reflect, and then you're moving in the next year, and then the relationship is also in turmoil, and then there's confusion. So we need that emotional space. It is okay. Much as you share many things, the space has to be always there for your refreshment and emotional health. That was it. Those are the 5 emotional needs. Help you. They're simple and basic. That can help you feel that emotional hunger in your relationship. Other emotional needs include trust, empathy, validation, acceptance. But all those pivot around the other 5. Most importantly, learn personal space in love. Oyini wabanga ajja kuvuga ati osobanga masoko lindeko nawuliza omwoyo gwo bwoti. We make emotional decisions which we regret. Nokkiriza nogamba yes naye nga si yes. You need that to go back and refresh yourself and then take a decision, especially when you're in love. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for sharing this video with all your friends, loved ones. If you find it in it, please like, share, and subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Because sharing is caring, and when you subscribe, you get more of this useful video in the future. Every Friday at 5 p.m. East African time, we give you things that money cannot buy, but which make life worth living, the emotions. We define all things and we teach you all the things we will feel. Nga tosobola kubinyonnyola ebikusomesa wano kati nga emotional hunger tomutegedde abangi muyina ebivenga temukirya namu. You have a lot of things in life that's blessed you, you're still saying you're not happy because you're missing these other things which are the food of the soul. So thank you so much, and meet some other time. I'm not coming next week on I think Fridays. We shall be there. Maybe a week after that, when you're entering the new year, number 1 New Year's message. Let me see what the universe is going to give me. Okay? Once again, Mariam Nabuja, the ladies guide, your emotional wellness guide. To elevate your mindset and your emotional self to become active in life, to become developmental in life, and to not make love a joke. Okay? To look at life, love very important, but there are other things in life which are more important. If you scale it out and then you give yourself all this knowledge in love, then you can go out and do so many things in the world. That's what we do every Friday at 5 p.m. East African time. Like we said, you feel it, we teach it. Thank you so much, and see you next time. Bye-bye.